So Tekashi OD'd on hydroxycut? So he must be willing to die for them love handles, but not his respect. What up YouTube, Topaz Yates back for another review, and this one's to that Westside Gunn, Who Made the Sunshine. And before I can jump into the review for this particular project, first I got to give you background. First I got to give you the whole reason why I feel this way going into this project. Now, if you feel as though you know everything there is to know about Westside Gunn, then you can feel free to go ahead and skip to this point. But who is Westside Gunn? Westside Gunn is a member of the Griselda crew that I've been reviewing as of lately a bunch because they've been dropping albums like Master P. To the point that I'm trying to get away from reviewing it because it's all been the same exact music back to back to back. And I ain't mad at the hustle, I'm just saying they are clearly unpolished works. I mean, when you go back and listen to a bunch of Westside Gunn's previous projects, which he's done a lot of people thinking that this is his debut major album right here. No, this is more like his fourth. But when you listen to his stuff, it's all pretty much the same. You got a wrestling sample to talk about the theme of the project, in which the music of it is all going to be that Alchemist, super dry and incomplete, that vintage New York sound where they're going to be rapping on it for the vast majority of the time. Dope dealing bars. It lacks in creativity and overall substance, but yet the emphasis of it is in the lyricism, and that's where you can find the best parts of the individual projects. And therein lies one of my issues with this project as well, because when you break down Westside Gunn and his individual skill set, how is he no different than Ghostface Killah? In which you can tell he's not trying to hide it, he's okay with the comparisons. That's why he entitled one of his projects Supreme Blientele, in which it is what it is. It's just Ghostface has never been my favorite out of the Wu-Tang. Honestly, my ranking for the Wu-Tang Clan would start with Method Man, then I would go Raekwon, then I would go Ghostface, and it's because his whole quote-unquote style, which is nothing more than lackluster flow and delivery, and his punchlines aren't exactly the best, but yet all of this comes together into his own unique style that people just won't let go, and you keep adapting and coming out with new people with it, like how Action Bronson did it for quite some time. This is just the next generation. But with that out the way, I'm not going to say that this project was all that terrible though. There were moments in here that I felt like, okay, this is something that you can really build upon and become much better with, because clearly, as I've been saying, Griselda, the whole team, has been pretty much incomplete. They're still growing, and maybe they'll become better musicians in the future. It's just right now, when they're getting super hyped up, they're not ready for it. And you see this with songs like Good Night, where Good Night is Westside Gunn attempting to tell a story here. Well, I'm not going to give away the entire story for those of you who want to analyze it, break it down, and understand what's going on. But what I will say is there are fundamental flaws within this. Like, if you're going to go in this direction and do this to a person, there's no reason for you to leave them alive. This person clearly knows way too much about you in order for you to leave them alive. And by the amount of information that he's giving during the song, these people know this. So therefore, the ending of this song made no sense. And I understand you're trying to be captivating and things of that nature, but yet if you're going to tell this kind of story, then you got to make it believable clearly. So you should have had to fight your way out of this. But I understand the whole premise of everything that I tried to put together on this track. Having Slick Rick on there, who's the old school, like, godfather of storytelling. That was definitely a cool thing to do, especially giving money to those who paved the way in order to be on a song. But yet, the song was pretty trash. Like, that beat was not that good. The story felt incomplete and not done well because of these loopholes that's within the logic, and that flow on top of this consistent production is what ruins the vast majority of the songs. There was really only 2 songs off this that I felt were entertaining. Like say that Liz Loves Luger joint. As this song got Armani Caesar on there, and yes, I know she dropped the project last week as well. As I said, these people have been dropping stuff every week. I'm trying to get away from it because I'm just making bad review after bad review about these people because they're not ready. And I heard the project. My opinion has not changed. But on this song, it worked because that production, even though it doesn't have the drums, it feels that incomplete feel that they consistently have, but yet the fact that it's a bit different because this is a sexually driven song outside of the vast majority of the rest of the songs is just punchline driven, doing the same kind of beat over and over and over. Still, the chemistry and the overall vibe of this track is there, it just needed to be worked on a bit more, but it happened to be one of my more favorite joints of the entire album. But my absolute favorite song would be that 98 Sabres joint, where if you get it, 36 Chambers, 98 Sabres. Also, the 98 Buffalo Sabres, the hockey team, made it to the Stanley Cup that year. But this song was produced by Just Blaze, and he shows you the potential of what they can do here with better production. Now, I'm not saying that this was the best Just Blaze production that he's done in quite some time. And then you can tell what he did. He took a whole bunch of horror-like sound effects and samples and made something rather vibing there. Like, it's not as dry as the rest of the entire project. This is easily the best song off the strength of production. But as you know, with most of these projects from Griselda, the maximum that you're gonna get out of it is when you break down the bars. Record saying that Griselda and everyone involved in it all remind me of Paul Masson. The reason why it's Paul Masson is because it's rough around the edges. It's not the best that's out there by no means. But if this is what you like, you're going to get it in an abundance and it's going to be super potent for you. And in this aspect, I will say that Westside Gunn is the peach flavored Paul Masson over everything. It's just the sad thing about today's liquors, they really aren't made the same way as they used to for a lot of them. Like, they no longer use pure cane sugar on all of these products and stuff they put out there. Instead, you're getting a bunch of corn syrup. And that's what you're seeing with Westside Gunn and all this. Like, he's potent, he's doing what's been done before in the past, but yet as time has moved on, the style that was created with Ghostface have dwindled down to it being where it's at now, where it really needs an overhaul. But there were a good selection of bars on here to select from that I definitely did enjoy. Check my arm work, that wrist work, arm and hammer, that mixture. Outside your mom's crib, hit everything just to show you positive. As he's referring to a shooting, I'm shooting your mom's crib up, but then also if you hit everything, it's gonna show that you positive, that's STDs. Like, that was cool. And the last bar I wanted to show was my mechanics be sniffing for them riches, in which mechanics as literally the people that work on your car, and they also are the name of the hitman. Overall, I cannot say that I'm disappointed by this project at all though, because it is exactly what I thought it would be. This is the next level Ghostface doing the same music that I was expecting it to be in the beginning, so I knew I wasn't going to like it. But the thing that did shock me was there were elements throughout this that shows the potential of what all of these individuals can be if they get the better production, if they go ahead and invest in themselves to do better concepts in order to make better songs, better production, better everything. But yet they got the hype right now, they got the deals right now, so they're going to capitalize on everything they got right now. When, to be real with you, they wouldn't be ready for mass success in another 4 or 5 years maybe, but yet we're seeing the steps that they're making to move forward, and I'm hoping that they continue to do this, continue to be successful in the game, and continue to grow so that one day we can get a great project. But they simply just are not ready, as I'm giving this project a 3 out of 10.